I made my biggest purchase so far in Hockey Ultimate Team, which sparked an entirely new way that I'm going to play HUT in NHL 26. Now, as you can see, I am down to 3,490 coins. In the last episode, I already had a couple hundred, and I was actually able to get up to 500,000 coins before all was said and done. Now, looking at my main roster, nothing's really changed from last week's episode. So where did that 500,000 coins go? Welcome to the future of Hockey Ultimate Team for me, the ultimate Sharks theme team, complete with the fantasy Timothy Liljegren that I was able to snag for 475,000 coins. Now, as you can see, my current team has some holes, and I want to make it clear on what I'm going to do with this team. I had a few people in the comments over the last few weeks tell me that there's no way I would be able to get to platinum with a Sharks theme team. We'll see about that. Now, something that I've talked about a lot over the last few weeks, especially on Coffee and Shell, is that I've actually had a blast watching the Sharks in real life this year. Macklin Celebrini is must-watch hockey, and his chemistry with Will Smith is going to be something to watch for years. So what I'm going to attempt to do is see just how far I can take a current Sharks theme team up the ranked ladder. So I will only be using players that are on the current Sharks roster. No alumni just yet. I want to give it a go with the current players. Now, there are obviously a few holes. For example, I still need to acquire the 86 overall Philip Kurashev, the 86 Beast Mode Colin Graff, the next-gen Sam Dickinson, Tyler Toffoli's base item, Alex Nedeljkovic to go with Askarov, Nick Leddy's face-off item, Shakir Mukhamadullin, and then the 76 overall base tie Dellandrea to round out the team. So it will still take me a little bit longer to acquire the coins and cards to make even and fair trades to acquire those items, but nonetheless, I'm well on my way, and I'm really excited to try out this challenge. Now, my theme team is going to be a completely separate entity from my No Money Spent team. The series is all about trying to build the best team possible without spending any money. That's not going anywhere. So, an update for this week. The only changes I have made to the squad is, well, I was able to grab the 88 Spotlight Patrick Kane from doing all of the Patrick Kane moments. I banged them out on the final day, and I was able to acquire him by just completing those moments. Now, the other big change was I tried out Chris Pronger on a separate line because I wanted to avoid the lefty-lefty of Fowler and Pronger, but the bonus of the $23 million to the cap was just too big, so I moved Pronger and Fowler together, moving Bowen Byram's fantasy item, who is now up to an 89 overall, up to that second pair with Evan Bouchard. Now, with that $23 million in cap space, it allowed me to throw in Patrick Kane on the fourth line, as well as Will Smith's item, to make that fourth line just that much better. Now, we should talk about the icon and new event release that took place this weekend, with some incredible 90 overall icons being released. This Patrice Bergeron card at 90 overall is literally perfection. At 6'1", 94 faceoffs with all-star quick draw and elite quick release, which is something I prioritize almost over everything else when it comes to my forwards, especially because I'm playing my wingers on their strong side, and you need that kind of extra ability to pick corners without one-timer options always available. It's got above 90 skating, hand stats are above 90, just an absolute perfect centerman card. But I always know when content is good when I get the urge to spend money. We hold strong and don't do that, but I'll still acknowledge when I want to. And this Dion Phaneuf card had me wanting to rip out the Capital One card. 6'3", 225 with Elite Truculence and Rocket, which is becoming one of my favorite abilities, just from the fun factor. Above 90 skating, 93 body checking, defensive awareness and stick checking at 93 overall, and he has various line combos that can boost him up even higher. Just an insanely fun card. Now, obviously, the problem is the cost. To make a 90 overall icon card, you're going to need 587 overall icon player items, and currently I only have one, Eric Lindros. And if I wanted to make any more, I'm going to need at least 4 86 overall icons, which I do have, but they're all essentially in my lineup, and then 12 more 84 to 85 overall alumni to be able to pull the trigger and make one of the 90 overalls. Now, obviously, when you take a look at my lineup, that would just be absolutely devastating regardless of who I made. Eric Lindros has been one of my favorite cards. At 6'4", 240, Elite Unstoppable is one of the best abilities in the game. He's just a game changer, and I really don't want to lose him. On top of that, Joe Sakic has been phenomenal when playing lefties on the left because of Elite Quick Release. Sergei Fedorov fits that triple Detroit Red Wing line perfectly, and Paul Coffey is the NHL 26 GOAT so far. I have no interest in losing him. So that being said, these really just aren't for me, and I'm going to slow roll making them. And the one that I'm going to put focus on is this limited Patrice Bergeron set. Because EA gave out a free 86 overall Patrice Bergeron icon that you could get from the store for free, it essentially knocks down the price of an 87 overall, which is almost 300,000 coins in value. So now you only need to trade in 4 87 overall items, and you'll get that 90 overall Bergeron, which I think is just a very good value for anyone that is no money spent. I honestly would rather have FNUF, but I can't ignore this discount. So over the next few weeks, I'll be saving my alumni cards and just seeing how close I can get to making them for free from just the rewards I get. I have noticed a lot more alumni being pulled into packs that I do earn, so maybe it'll be easier than I think, but that's my plan so far for the No Money Spent team. Now, we also got a brand new event, the Grudge Match event, with 6 new 89 overall Master Set player items. Now, normally I save my rankings until all of the Master Set player items from an event have been released, but just like the Combo Nexus event with Dylan Larkin, this Nick Suzuki card is an S-tier card. Regardless of what comes out in Week 2, nothing will take away from the fact that this Nick Suzuki card is damn near perfect. 92 speed, 94 excel and agility, a shot above 90s. Hand stats are essentially all above 93, and he has 94 face-offs. Backhand Beauty and Ankle Breaker are both secondary abilities, but attributes alone just make this card so impactful. Now, we are starting to see some more line combos start to become impactful in game. Tim Stützle does fit one that has the ability to get to +4 overall. Tim Stützle is also a fantastic card, even without abilities. I talked about this in my event video, but Cale Makar and Miro Heiskanen have cheaper options from the Captain Miro Heiskanen and the rookie Cale Makar that are both almost as good as these options. So while these cards are fantastic, it's not a super big priority to make them for me personally because I can make their cheaper options. Like, for example, Cale Makar's rookie card for me is one of my best cards, and he's playing on my top line with Paul Coffey. I just don't feel the need to go out and get his 89 because they are expensive. So what I will be doing is simply just doing all of the sets and collectibles to get enough things required to make the Nick Suzuki card. You do need 386 overall and above Grudge Match player items, which again, with a new +1 above, it's more expensive, and then 286s from any event. So I'll be saving up everything throughout the next 10 days or so to try and make Nick Suzuki. Now, we also got our Hut Holiday event that was released with bronze, silver, and gold tickets being released in the wild. However, there just hasn't been a ton of options to acquire a lot of these tickets, especially the gold ones. And because everything is essentially untradeable in these sets, I have just been holding on to all of my tickets, and I'll wait and see what ends up being the best value, but I'm just opening up that free pack in the store every day. That's how I've acquired the ones I have so far. Now, I do want to talk about doing the 84 overall Grudge Match set early on in the event. Now, it does require 3 82 to 83 overall player items. This is all just very common how every event works. However, as it stands, there is only 3 84 overall player items. You have Justin Brazeau from the Penguins, Brian Dumoulin from the Kings, and then finally Justin Ritzkovian from the Dallas Stars. And why I wanted to highlight this is that he is the key cog in a +4 overall line combo that can be very easy to activate if you make the Tim Stützle Master Set player item. So if you pair a German, an Icon, and a Dallas Star, you will get a +2 overall boost, and you'll get an additional +2 overall with a Boston Bruin, a Grudge Match, and a Ottawa Senator. As it currently stands, Ritzkovian's the only one that fits that to activate these two pairings. And if you get Tim Stützle's Master Set player item, you can actually pair them with the Patrice Bergeron card that you got for free in the store for a +4 overall boost. And Tim Stützle doesn't even need to be the Master Set option. It can be any Tim Stützle card. So just something to keep in mind, a pretty impactful +4 overall bonus that you can get for pretty cheap. Now, I did want to touch on what I'm going to do with my theme team and my No Money Spent team for the next little while. Once I acquire all of the cards for that Sharks theme team, here is how I think things are going to work. I will be doing a Hut Champs run every single week with my No Money Spent team. It's how I'm going to enjoy the game. However, ranked for Season 2, what I will do is I started in Gold 1. I'm going to quit out of the games that I've got to get back to Gold 1, and then I'll start my climb. And my idea was I could release full gameplay of my ranked season games with my Sharks theme team in their entirety, and maybe do enough for a full 82 game season by playing a few games a day and seeing how many points I could actually get if I was playing an actual franchise mode run. On top of that, seeing if I can get back to Platinum 1, which is where I decided to finish off in Season 1. I think with win streaks, it's going to be quite simple. However, because I'm not using Alumni and I'm playing the players on their correct lines, I'm at a significant team disadvantage, and I cannot wait. So this will be completely separate. My ranked games would go in other videos specific for that, so no money spent is going to be showing off my team, the things I'm doing to acquire new cards, and what I would recommend everyone that is trying to build a good team for free. Nothing really changes there from the No Money Spent series, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go through with uploading all of my games from my Sharks run. It would just be additional content. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on that, but I got to admit, I'm finally excited to play NHL 26 again. I'll see you guys next episode.